What is up, you guys? Steven Muehlhausen here from the Zone Walkway to Fight Club. It is Saturday. It is Saturday, July the 31st, 2021. Not not really the way I wanted to do a podcast on a Saturday, but we are here. But I am hearing an echo. I do apologize for that. Hold on, guys. All right, there we go. But thank you to everyone that is watching or will be watching. We're gonna make it. We're gonna do something different here. If you have a question or comment, please leave a super chat. Watch on the YouTube page. Leave a super chat. Your question doesn't matter how much. It could be as much as a penny, little as a penny. You want your question or comment read on the air? Leave a super chat because there's a lot here, and we're gonna be here a while. That is the plan anyway. As you see in the scroll, it is a breaking news podcast. Bray Wyatt released by WWE. This was not I was at the park when this news came down. This was definitely a surprise. As you can see, they're released by WWE, and I'm getting side notes here. We're on live on Facebook, and we're also live on the YouTube channel. All you gotta do is type in "Walkway to Fight Club," and bam, you're there. Leave a super chat, your question or statement will get read on the air. Good to see you guys. Thank you for listening. Second of all, to all the podcasts. Good Lord. You know, Alberto Del Rio or El Patron, whatever you want to call him. AJ McKee this week. We've had Jake Paul recently. We've had Big E. Got a good one for Monday with Rey Mysterio. So if you want your question or comment read on the air, please leave a super chat. But the reason we are here is very shocking and not something I wasn't expecting today. Former WWE and Universal Champion Bray Wyatt released from WWE. Yes, you read there correctly. Released from WWE. I was shocked, surprised, just a bummer, bummer of a day in pro wrestling, and because he's one of the good guys. This isn't a situation of where, yeah, you knew it was coming, it wasn't going to happen. Why would they do this? Oh, it happened. It definitely happened. And it caught me off guard. Yeah, we hadn't seen Bray in a while. That is definitely true. He had been gone. He hadn't been seen since the day after WrestleMania. And that was the big question. Why was he gone? And it was something no one was really talking about. I'd asked around, just like any good journalist does, and really wasn't, no one was really saying. But then he left a cryptic tweet, I think it was like in Mayish, saying he misses everybody. It was something along that just. And wasn't really too sure how that was going to end up. Kind of thinking, oh, we're going to see him. He's going to come sooner rather than later. Later never came in WWE. And I'm bummed about this one, guys. I really, 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 really am. Not just because, you know, he's a good, another talented individual is getting released. It's because in grand scheme of things, someone lost their job. I'm sorry, I'm not the world's biggest fan of people losing their jobs. And I don't think it's cool. And it sucks. I'm bummed out about it. Because it's something you don't want to see. No one should ever have to worry about losing their job. And this is what happened. Now, here is what I know. And this is as of a couple hours ago. He was released this morning. Fightful and the Wrestling Observer newsletter said he got a call from John Laurinaitis and told him it was budget cuts. That is accurate. Was able to get that locked in. And to me, that is crap. Utter crap. For a guy that, millions of dollars in merch, ticket sales, and this is what you do. It's very nauseating to be told that. So he got a call late this morning, was told he got released, and then WWE posted something on their Twitter page, then deleted it, reposted it a short time later. Now, that was very upsetting, because we got to remember here, he's married, he's got kids, divorce. Now he's married to JoJo. And this is what happened. Now, also what I know is there had been ideas pitched. He turned them down because he was upset with how everything was going. He wasn't happy with how the Fiend character losing to Goldberg when he hit all that momentum, and just the way that was going, it wasn't really, he wasn't very happy, which I can't blame him. And I can't blame him for being unhappy. Can't. How can one be happy about that? You can't blame someone for that. And I have to, as my son's waving something at me. Let's see here. I do apologize for that. Let's see here. Don't forget, guys, if you guys are leaving comments, you have to leave for your question and statement to get read on the air. You have to leave a super chat. I'm sorry, guys. I'm looking at my phone here, and because this is just like blowing up here. I'm getting my phone it's insane right now. So I do apologize for that. Let's see. Trying to go. We'll read. Sam Lee Masters. I love the Fiend, so I would love for him to be the new leader of the Dark Order so he can make that group great with his creative mind. You're not the only one, Sam. Not the only one. Don't forget, if you want to leave a super chat, make sure you get that, and your questions will get bumped up and read on the air. It helps support the podcast, so thank you guys so much. I've been getting a lot of that today. That's been really the running theme of this situation with Bray Wyatt. So, but you look at the run, and coming Husky Harris, which you could see the talent was there, but you just knew, like, seeing him in the ring, something was there, but how much was really there? And I got a bunch of comments here, guys, and I'm gonna try to cipher through them all. But yeah, a lot of people. I'm sorry, but talk about the Dark Order. A lot of people saying that right now. Be the leader of the Dark Order, you make that group great. His creative mind, and what the statement there at the end. Not wrong. Not wrong. One thing I do know, and it had been revealed to me a while ago, and we'll talk about it now. And thank you, Sam, for leaving the comment. He had been pitched to come back in August this month, and coming up in a couple weeks. And he had been on some booking sheets. One of the ideas I know that was pitched was for him to come in and face Lashley for the WWE Championship at SummerSlam. And he turned it down because he's like, okay, where is this going? Is it a one and done? Was the program going to continue? If not, what are you doing with me after the fact? You see how that went. And that's why we see Bill Goldberg. There was 3 options. It was Bray Wyatt, Bill Goldberg, and Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar was the first choice. Brock Lesnar, that obviously didn't go anywhere. They went to Bray. That wasn't it. And then they went to Bill Goldberg. That's basically it. That was, I had heard that. A couple other little things that he had been pitched, but he had turned down, which sucks for him. But, he had gotten to the point because he's such a creative guy. And creative guys like that, they need to be challenged. It's what makes these guys tick. Jamie Newell. Jamie, thank you for the comment. I'm sure losing Brody Lee didn't help either. I've seen people not wanting to talk about him, how he was doing mentally. And I can understand that, because mental health is such a It's a serious thing. It's a very serious situation. But it's also an unfortunate aspect of the world. You look at Simone Biles, and I did a conversation on Friday with Rory McDonald, and we had a really good discussion about it because me and him have talked about it in the past. And it's real. It's 100% real. It really is in the grand scheme of things. And he admitted he was going through he had some rough times. He really did. And you have to take it seriously. You look at there's such a bigger scope in athletics. You know, the advent of social media has really put a bigger microscope in all forms of entertainment. You know, whether it's whatever sport, you know, the NBA, Major League Baseball, the NHL, the NFL, you look at soccer. You know, these are many, you know, you look at the UFC, you look at Bellator, PFL, like talking with Rory McDonald, WWE, AEW, Impact, Ring of Honor, New Japan. Soccer in Europe, you know, you look at every major, you know, and look at, especially with the Olympics. Simone Biles was trying to make history. And it's an unfortunate situation. Wrestling is no different. I know he was affected and talking to different people very close to him and sources close to the situation. He was really bothered by what happened with Brody Lee. He was really close with him. And that affected him tremendously. And that's one of the things that very hard for people to get. You know, mental health it's very real. It isn't a joke. And we got to take it extremely serious. Make sure you guys if you guys leave a super chat, your question or statement will get read on the air. Okay, just go to the YouTube page, youtube.com/The Walkway to Fight Club. I should have put the link a lot sooner than I did. That is my fault. We're trying something new. Trying to navigate all of this. So I do apologize. And plus I haven't been doing many live chats. So those will be the norm. There'll be one tonight after Bellator 263. What a card that, man. AJ McKee, Patricio Pitbull. Don't forget the interview with AJ McKee you can catch live. It is in the archives, so make sure you guys give that a whirl. But no, you have to look at it in terms of it sucks. But you know, everyone with mental health, but I know that really took a toll on Bray Wyatt, and I don't know. I know that's why he took that break longer, trying to process everything and how close he was to the family, and then he came back for that run with Randy Orton at WrestleMania. He was supposed to win, and then it got changed during the weekend and WrestleMania weekend, and we saw what happened and left a lot of people baffled, a lot of people confused. Because that match was under 10 minutes when it should have been a lot, how do I say this? A lot longer than your typical Bray Wyatt match. But it's one of, and we'll get to this comment here. Stephen Minihane. Stephen, thank you for leaving a comment. Actually, astounded. at the continued inability of WWE to properly utilize talent on their roster. And this is another, and this was where I was going next. Talking to talent in the last 3 hours, a lot of shock, astoundment, bewilderment, pissed off. Was one, I had more than one talent say pissed off and they said, you want to run that, go ahead and say it, go ahead. Pissed off. A lot of talent is very upset. I do know that talent had when John Laurinaitis sent a message to all the talent, he got messages back thinking he was kidding. He's like, there were a lot of unkind words. And you can't blame John Laurinaitis. He's doing his job. That's an unfortunate part of that job. He's just relaying the message. We could say Laurinaitis is a lot of things, but at the end of the day, he's doing his job. But he was getting messages. I know people in creative were very upset. They liked working with him. You guys like that don't just fall from the trees. They're not. Those apples don't come down too often. He's a very, very creative human being and individual. He got treated like a pile of dirt. And this leads to a thing of more of this. Shows the ineptness in your heads of creative. Yes, I mean Bruce Pritchard. Yes, I mean Vince McMahon. I don't know these days. Michael Hayes, another one. I don't know how much Paul Levesque is involved with main roster, but it just depends. I know the big pay-per-views, I know he's really involved. In terms of Raw, SmackDown, the show to show, not too much. I know he's there, but how much involvement? It's not as much as we think. This shows the ineptness. You got two older, and this isn't a knock on older people, but when you got a 75-year-old man and Bruce Pritchard's nearing 60, we shouldn't be letting especially with Bruce. Bruce has never learned to adapt. Neither is Vince, if we're going to sit here and be quite honest. But it is very sad. It is a very horrible situation. And I just really feel for Bray Wyatt here. Really, really do. Sam, I really hope Triple H or Shane take over soon for the future of the company. You're not the first, and you're not the last person that has said that, Sam. And thank you for the question and comment. You're definitely not the first nor the last, my friend. I promise. You're not. Been getting that a lot too, especially lately. With all the weird booking decisions, especially involving Keith Lee, Karrion Kross, and a lot of upset people. A lot of upset people. I will say that. More comment from Steven. It really doesn't help when there's people like Piers Morgan dragging talent like Simone Biles to put their mental health first. A lot of people don't understand mental health is massively important. Bingo. It really, really is. Like, that's why Sasha Banks took that time off last year. That was the best thing ever for Sasha Banks. I remember a chat with Bayley, which is in the archives, by the way. And me and Bayley talked about that. and I've talked about it, remember, with Alexa Bliss, which is also in the Walkway to Fight Club podcast and the archives. It's simple. We have a podcast page. We're on Apple, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher, all your favorite podcasting platforms. They're there. They're in there. But it just a thing of where it's more important than people want to admit. I've talked to fighters who've told me, just having private conversation, like just before we start, like you can just tell like they're in a funk and they're not feeling good. And wins and losses in combat sports affects people, even if it's scripted entertainment. I know he was creatively frustrated. Very, very frustrated. He had a lot of input, but he was wanting more. And I get that because you had a money-making character. You look at who's the Wyatt family. My goodness. He strutted right in the WrestleMania. Then they crushed him. You hit him undefeated. And the same thing a year later to Rusev. That was the beginning of the end. Beginning of the end. The writing was on the wall. You had a chance to put this guy over. John Cena was on the back nine. John Cena's 44 years old. Bray Wyatt's 44. John Cena at that time was 37. You had a 37-year-old and a 27-year-old scratching the surface and just really over in the early stages of his prime. Nope, John's got to go over. John Cena has enough pull where John Cena could have. I know John Cena didn't push for Bray Wyatt to go over. And I'm not going to sit here there begging on John Cena. But John Cena didn't help that issue either. Stephen Muehlhausen here. This is the Walkway to Fight Club breaking news podcast. I am from DAZN, not sponsored by DAZN. This is an independent podcast. I want to make sure everyone is clear on that. But if you want your question or statement read on the air, leave a super chat in the YouTube page, youtube.com/the Walkway to Fight Club. Or just go to youtube.com. Click it. Boom. Right there. Leave a super chat. I will read your question or statement on the air. But it's just like one of these things to where it was right there. Boom. There's the first punch to the gut. Then you rebuild him again. The Eater of Worlds character. And then he loses to The Undertaker. He should have beat The Undertaker. Streak was already over. What's the worst that could have happened? What was the worst thing that could have happened? Would have been a great thing for him. Okay, he wins the title. Go through that whole weird program with Orton. Then we go to the Fiend. Gets that momentum again. People can say the character was great. The supernatural horror character. The character was amazing. But then what do we do? Gets on that run. Wins the belt. Was supposed to go to WrestleMania and face Roman Reigns. And what happens? You squish him like a bug to Bill Goldberg. And that was the end of the Fiend. Things like that will cause, and I know plenty of talent that are creatively frustrated. This guy had it all. He had everything you were looking for. He had charisma. Has charisma. He talked behind the mic. He had a once-in-a-lifetime type of character. But instead of embracing that, push it to the moon, you just punch him in the gut. And that sucks. That's why he's mad. That's exactly why he's mad. You can't blame him. Can't blame him. Not at all. There's one more from Stephen Minihane. Wyatt family is a compelling, creepy cult. Had to make it supernatural and ruin it. Pitches the Fiend, and it's a huge success, and boom, Goldberg. Once again, ruined. It is frustrating. I'm going to be at Raw Monday. That is going to be a very interesting Monday Night Raw. I'm doing some stuff for doing a pretty cool thing on Monday, and then I will be at the show. I'm very intrigued to see what the fan reaction is going to be to this. I hope Alexa Bliss doesn't get massacred for this. I really don't. I got a feeling she's going to, which sucks. Because this isn't her fault that this happened. It's really not. She should not be to blame. Hopefully she doesn't get... Hope she doesn't get that. I really don't. I've seen she's been getting harassed on Twitter. If you are one of those thinking about it or have already done it, please delete the comment or just don't do it. That just makes the whole mental health thing even worse than what it is already. So please don't. Be humane. Someone lost their job today. Sam, I heard that Goldberg made him beat Fiend. That is false. That was a Vince McMahon move, 100%. He had this, I'm not going to call it, he had a Vinceism, as I like to say, and thought it was a better idea to go with a marquee attraction for Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 36. And we see that didn't happen, and Bill Goldberg lost to Braun Strowman, who is no longer with the company. So that tells you right there everything that you need to know. Thank you for everyone that has been watching so far. We're going to be on for just a few more minutes here. Greatly appreciate it. Leave a question or comment to get your statement right on the air. Leave a super chat in the YouTube page. We're trying this out today. We're seeing how this goes. YouTube.com/The Walkway to Fight Club. The audio of this will be up later. iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, all your favorite podcasting platforms. Kevin Palmer, my man. What Alexa has going is great. The WWE Universe needs to know it's not her fault. Bingo, KP. Hope all is well, bud. Exactly. Bingo. It's exactly what it is. It's not her fault. How she's been given that character, she's done a great job. She's another one. Hell of a character. Knows. Very, very talented. She's getting better in the ring. Very versatile human being, Alexa Bliss. And hopefully, and I agree with Kevin that let's take it easy on Alexa Bliss. She doesn't deserve that at all. Edie Zahari. Edie, thank you for leaving a comment. We want Wine Chat starting next Monday. Aha. I got a feeling we're going to hear We want Wyatt or Bray Wyatt chance. I'd be shocked if Alexa Bliss was even on the show. Got a feeling. I don't know this for a fact yet. I have asked. She is scheduled as of when I asked about 30 minutes ago, right before we came. And that's why one of the things I was looking at my phone about. I got a feeling we're going to hear Bray Wyatt chants. I think we're going to hear CM Punk chants, Daniel Bryan chants. Monday, I feel like is going to be a bizarro world type of Monday Night Raw. You really, really, really do. I got a feeling Monday is going to be just have like this sneaky suspicion that they're going to do this. I really do. Can't blame them. I don't think. Let's see here. Sam, do you think WWE could rehire him like they did with Joe? Anything's possible, Sam, but I'm going with no. I think they would. I just don't think they will. I just don't think he would do it. I know they've reached out to Braun Strowman. I know that there has been a conversation. I don't even know how I would feel if they brought back Braun Strowman. I mean, I was even shocked Joe went back. Like, I knew right away Joe was going to wrestle, but he wanted to be in NXT. That was a pure triple. That was a Paul Levesque Samoa Joe call. He did not want to wrestle on the main roster. He did not like how he was being used. And now he's in, to me, beyond everything with Roman Reigns, he's in the second best program right now in WWE with Karrion Kross. So he could, never say never. I would just really likely now go with no. If I'm thinking he's going to go, I think the best places for him to go. I think the best place for him to go would be, if I'm him, would be New Japan. I think New Japan is the best place for him to go. Really, really do. That, or, I think AEW is a good spot too. Really do. I think he could do a lot of good in AEW. I think the thing with the Dark Order, I think that's just right there. I think that would be fantastic. This is false, Ed, Edie. Not happening. Not happening. Kevin Palmer. Why do they keep bringing back Goldberg? I know it's for ratings, which I get. It's WWE's own fault for not pushing their talent. They have a lot of great talent that they are keeping down. One reason got slightly to do with ratings. KP. The other, from what I've been told, and also Andrew Zarian from Matman Podcast has reported this as well, and I've gotten this confirmed, is he is very, very popular in that 18 to 49 demographic. Like it or not, you've seen the reaction on Raw almost 2 weeks ago. And the reaction was huge. People love him. Like it or not. Am I the world's biggest fan of Bill Goldberg still wrestling? No, I'm not. And it's one of those things to where, yeah, I get it. I think we all love Bill Goldberg. We all had that. We loved the smoke, the walking out with security, the fireworks, the smoke, the kicks, the spear, the jackhammer. I still remember so vividly where I was when he beat Hulk Hogan to win the WCW heavyweight title in front of 40,000 people at the Georgia Dome with over 6 million people watching. It was an iconic moment in pro wrestling. And I remember, and I wasn't even thinking about it at the time, when he was doing some stuff with Glory Kickboxing, they called and they're like, "Hey, you want an interview?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like I had never talked to him, so I'm like, man, that'd be great. I'm driving home. I went and got a coffee. I always remember this so vividly. So it was nice. I got a coffee at like 6:00, and what I the PR called and like, "Hey, can you talk to him now?" I'm like, "Well, I live like," I'm thinking, okay, I could do it in like 10 minutes because I lived 5 minutes away. It doesn't take me long to set up my. Oh, I just gotta flip a button and turn on my computer, flip on my audio board. And it was great. We talked for, it was like 25, 30 minutes. And that was the interview that blew up. You know, was his first documentary back. WWE reached out and they're like, "Hey, can we use some of that audio? We want to use it." It was great stuff. It did like, I don't know, 300,000 views on, went viral and all that other cool stuff. And I talked to him again right after that, and he goes, "Let's not cause any trouble this time." I'm like, "Hey, as long as you don't say nothing stupid, man, we're good." But Bill, great interview, great guy to talk to. Um, it's not his fault. If someone offers you that type of money, are you going to say no? Fuck no. Hell no. Not a chance. I wouldn't say no. Why would you? Damn. Hell no. I wouldn't say no. It's not his fault. Not at all. Not at all. Am I saying Bill Goldberg's a lifer? I'm not saying that, but if someone's going to offer me $2 million a year to wrestle 2 matches and appear on a couple shows, you're going to take it. WWE has a lot of great talent. I'll finish off what you're. It's awesome talent. It's getting very underutilized. That's not the talent's fault. So many talents are unhappy. It's not just because of this. They're just talents unhappy in general, which we can all see as to why. And continuing moves like this doesn't. You're letting generational talents go. Generational talents that are unhappy. Should have had Bryan Danielson for life. Now he's gone. CM Punk, gone. Bray Wyatt, gone. There's so much. Sucks. Plain and simple. Let's see. EDs are hard. The rumor was Bray Wyatt supposed to make his return this Monday and scrapped his service. Well, here's the thing. Here's what I do know. We went over this at the beginning. We'll for people that are just kind of jumping in. He was scheduled to return this month. They had some ideas planned that they ran by him, and he said, "No, I'm good." There was some talk. He didn't like their creative, which I don't blame him. And what happened, happened. And we got to where we're at right now. Aleister Black, another one. I wouldn't mind that team up. That team. Malachi Black and Bray Wyatt. Sign me the hell up. But that is going to, with that will be, I want to thank everybody. Man, you guys were, I wasn't wanting to go this long, but no, thank everyone for all the questions, all the comments. It means a lot. It is definitely greatly appreciated. The audio, if you missed any of this, the audio will be up within, give me 30 minutes, top of the hour. I'll have all this up. I know I said a Bellator podcast tonight. We got to see how that goes, see how the show goes. But I have a plan of maybe, let's see. We'll read one more. Sipawiwi P. Sika Hosana. Hey, I like that name, man. I am so overwhelmed right now. I just found out and I'm literally speechless. Not the only one, my friend. Thank you for leaving a comment. Yeah, this is a rough one, guys. Really, 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 really is. Especially on a Saturday, man. You don't see many. You don't see many releases on a Saturday. That is definitely for sure. But want to thank everyone that left the question, left the comment. It really does mean a lot. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Make sure different couple ways you can find us. If you're watching via Facebook, it's simple, guys. Just leave a reaction to the video. Please follow or like the page. Or if you're watching via YouTube, it's simple, guys, at facebook.com/The Walkway to Fight Club. If you're watching via YouTube, it's simple. Just hit that little subscribe button. And please give a thumbs up to the video. Also have, thank you. Thank you so much. That really does mean a lot. It's greatly appreciated. But also, if you're watching via YouTube, I think I just said this. I'm really out of it right now. Just subscribe to the channel and leave a thumbs up to the video. Audio will be up in a little bit. We're on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, all your favorite podcasting platforms. God, the podcast is like skyrocketing. It blowing my mind away. A lot of great stuff up. Just had something up yesterday with AJ. We got AJ McKee. This week alone. AJ McKee, who headlines the big Bellator show tonight, challenging dual champion Patricio Pitbull for the featherweight title in the finals of the Grand Prix. Eric Bischoff, Alberto El Patron. We got Big E in the archives. We got Jake Paul. We can keep going. Drew McIntyre, John Moxley, the Young Bucks, Chris Jericho. We can keep going, guys. They're all there. I promise. They're all there. Next week is even better. We got Rey Mysterio. We got Rory McDonald. I'm gonna fix the Rory McDonald audio. That audio came in really bad, so I'm gonna try my hardest to see if we can get that up for you guys next week. But Rey Mysterio will be up on Monday, and who knows what else is gonna be popping up next week. So a lot going on, different ways to catch everything. But thank you guys so much. It means a lot on a Saturday. This is Stephen Muehlhausen, and I will talk to you guys later. Peace. I'm out of here.